couple of days before the SimRacing EXPO, I get an email by SimLabs telling me that they are going to bring with them one of their new 35 Newton meter wheelbases. And yeah, that we will be able to try it out. And try it out I did. I tell you what, I tried it out like no other reviewer, YouTuber or Patreon of the SimRacing EXPO. That I can tell you for sure.
Put it to max Newton meters for me. Okay, it's gonna be the hard one. Hey. Oh, yes. Oh, it's hard. Steering must be broken. Yeah, go on. Push it.
A few moments later.
It's like, oh, wow. Hey.
Come on, turn it.
Fucking hell. Ah, yes. Okay. So how many Newton meters we on now?
I think we're approaching 25 now.
25. Wow! Flux.
I want to talk about the steering wheel, Mercedes Petronas F1 2024 steering wheel that I got to test alongside this monster of a wheelbase, and then also just quickly about the shifter, and then I will give you all the juicy details, including a rough release date, and also the prices and the 3 models that you can buy of this very new exciting base that's going to come to us. Let's discuss the sequential shifter first. Now, as you know, I'm a sucker for sequential. I love them. It is my preferred way of changing gears when I'm running the Mazdas or the Toyota, 86s. I just love it. I've got a few, yeah. I mean, I've got here the using belt one that is very, very nice. I've got the MOZA one, and yeah. So I'm no stranger when it comes to sequentials and how they feel and the clicks they make. But guess what? SimLabs have gone a different route. Theirs is like practically silent. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know if I like that. I kind of like a bit of a click whenever I'm making a shift. However, this one is really, really quiet. But it feels absolutely amazing. The whole thing is built, you can tell, by SimLabs. It is rock solid. There's no lateral movement when I was wiggling it about. And very, very clever. There's a collar just, at the bottom of a handle. You just twist it, and as easy as pie, you are adjusting the tension of this sequential shifter. And I've heard that this shifter will be coming very, very soon. So, yeah, I'm seriously looking forward to seeing that shifter and maybe giving it a go. I'm hopefully be able to get my hands on one of them. Now, they also, alongside that, they had their handbrake and, similar color design. So if you already have this, it's quite a nice small package, the sequential. And yeah, next to one another, I'm sure they will look very, very good. And yeah, if that's your thing. So hopefully I can get my hands on that. It's definitely... I can feel it's one of the nicest sequentials that I tested at the whole expo. I was fortunate enough to also try the Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula 1 2024 steering wheel. Yeah, I know it's a mouthful. And listen, yeah, that steering wheel is really, really special. I mean, as I told the guy there, it's something you really need to touch and feel to appreciate it. The craftsmanship is honestly... it's just spectacular. The whole wheel, how everything feels. I mean, it truly is a Formula 1 steering wheel. Is it something I would buy? No. At that type of money, I can buy myself 2 very, very nice steering wheels. It doesn't mean you shouldn't though. If you are a hardcore, Formula 1 fan, you're a big George Russell fan, or Lewis Hamilton fan, and obviously that is where the appeal is of this wheel. I think people who are real big fans, I think, could appreciate buying a wheel like this. I'm sure there will be fans out there that will buy this steering wheel without even having a sim rig at home, just to put somewhere on their mantelpiece. And don't get me wrong, I don't blame you. Sometimes I come up here and I just fiddle my fiddles, just to appreciate, what I've got here. I love my GSI wheel. This my little showpiece wheel, this FPE V2. But, if you have something like this, I'm sure every 10 minutes I'll come upstairs to, just appreciate the craftsmanship. But yeah, even if it was a Red Bull Max Verstappen wheel, It's hard to say, but I don't think I would be parting with that amount of money. Yeah, it is very, very expensive, but it's a very, very nice wheel. And yeah, it was obviously while I was driving it there at the expo, I mean, I've got no complaints when it came to usability. Everything worked exactly like it should, and it's just a fantastic product. But at that price, it should be. Okay, on to the wheelbase. Now, I did test this new wheelbase of theirs at as much Newton meters as what they would allow me. And I was told that I was running at about 27, 28 Newton meters is where I was running this base. And at the start of that video, you could see I was not sweating as much. By the end of it, I mean, I was just drenched in sweat. The amount of force that I needed to use that steering wheel is just next level. It is, I could just tell it's a beast. But what did shock me, what really shook me, is the fact that how good the force feedback and the responsiveness was of this SimLab base. Considering a couple of things. That product there, it didn't even have a steel. It was like a plastic cover they used just to hide all the goodies inside. You know, you could tell it was not this was not a final product. Also, I could tell they did not have software. We were just using the raw data from iRacing. And just that as it was, I mean, I can't tell you. I've got the Invicta wheelbase, I've got the SimuCube 2 Pro, and I can't believe that they are so far along and that they've made something already when they said they are gonna make the best wheelbase on the market. I thought, woof, that's a very bold claim, like they say themselves, because in the end of the day, they've never made a wheelbase before. So to say that your first go, you're going to be making the best wheelbase is a big claim. But you know what? I think they just might. I think they just might. Because the fact that they've got that pre-beta, I don't even know if you can call it that, they're at the expo for us to use, and it already feels as good as what it is. Then the improvements that they're going to make when they have their own software and things like that, it's just going to be absolutely mind-blowing. Now, they're going to come in 3 versions, 15 Newton meters, 25 and 35. So yeah, and then the prices as well. I've got the prices here. Let me just check the trusty phone. The 15 Newton meter base is going to start at €1,000, and then you're going to be going 25 Newton meter is €1,400, and the big boy, the 35 Newton meter, the one that I'm assuming would be competing with the SimuCube 2 Ultimate, is going to set you back €2,500. Now, they say here, it's important to clarify that the later, so they're talking about the 35 Newton meter base, is not just about hitting the peak torque of 35 Newton meters. So they say, listen, it's not just about, you know, like how I was driving at the absolute, you know, because nobody in their right mind, unless you training perhaps, is going to use a base at, you know, for racing at that Newton meters. It's just not going to happen. But they do say, and it does make sense here, it's about the headroom. You have to lower torque levels, which translate to smoother, more controlled force feedback across the board. You know, so the motor's unique characteristics really set it apart. And we saw that resonate with everyone who tried it out. I was resonating. I mean, look at the smile when I was getting out of that thing. Yeah, definitely it is. Another nice thing is they say it will have pass-through data, so it will be the same as what it would be. Yeah, I've got my SimuCube 2 Pro, but I've got my ASETEK Invicta third-party wheel adapter, so it will be similar to this. I'll be able to plug my wheel in, and through will be power, and through data will come. So that is what we want. We want to see that. That's why a lot of people were hoping that the big announcement from SimuCube was going to be the, you know, the SimuCube 3, but it wasn't. But yeah, guys, that is the gist of it. I will really be hoping to get my hands on the 25 Newton meter one. Hopefully I can do that. But yeah, obviously the big boy, as you can see there, they say across the board is better. Yeah, there's always something that's better, isn't it? As always, I hope your next race guy is a winner. don't forget to subscribe. Hallelujah.